Motorweek, television's automotive magazine. Your host for Motorweek, John Davis.
Well, hello and welcome again to Motorweek. We're glad to have you with us. A couple of weeks ago, we showed you the 1995 Aurora by Oldsmobile, a car designed to turn Olds' fortunes around. But the fact is, GM's almost century-old division is already producing some noteworthy vehicles, in particular this LSS edition of its full-size 88 sedan. But unless you think that this is just a trim job, one spirited drive will convince you it's a change in Olds' philosophy as well. That's because the LSS, short for luxury sports sedan, comes closer to living up to such a name than any Oldsmobile before. How? By offering the creature comforts and performance buyers have come to expect from cars like the Acura Vigor, Nissan Maxima SE, and even Chrysler's LH Trio. And we must admit we didn't expect the LSS to handle as well as it did either. Our staff drivers rated the LSS in switchbacks the best of any big GM car we've tried. Most of the credit goes to a unique sports suspension with retuned shock valving, stiffer control arm bushings and rear coil springs, plus an anti-roll bar at the rear, all helping to keep body roll and plow to a minimum. Steering is precise and not over-boosted, which helped the LSS accomplish our high-speed lane change without missing a beat. Given the size of the LSS, it is remarkably balanced. Also contributing to that balance are 16-inch cast aluminum wheels shod with 60 Series Eagle GA touring tires. But under the LSS hood is a familiar sight, GM's latest 3800 pushrod V6 engine, the only motor for all 88s. Horsepower is 170, but torque is more robust at 225 pound-feet. Although we've tested many examples of this power plant, we were pleasantly surprised at the LSS's 0 to 60 time of 8.2 seconds. That's 1.3 seconds quicker than the 88 Royale LS we tested 2 years ago. Mid-range power is plentiful, thanks to its broad torque band. Our LSS achieved a quarter-mile time of 16.2 seconds, ending at 85 miles per hour. Power is transferred via a sharp-shifting 4-speed front-drive automatic with overdrive. A numerically higher final drive is part of the LSS package, as is the console gear change. And an all-speed traction control system with driver override was our car's only option. All 88s are stopped by standard anti-lock brakes, although even on the LSS there are drum brakes at the rear. Regardless, our 3,500-pound LSS came down from 60 in a reasonable average distance of 126 feet. We experienced lots of nosedive, but very little fade after 6 quickly repeated tries. LSS exterior styling is practically unchanged from when it was introduced in the '93 model year. It's clean, handsome, if very conservative. However, all new is the operative phrase to describe the '94 LSS interior, an impressive blend of leather, demure carpeting, and some of the most authentic-looking plastic wood trim we've ever seen. A major improvement is the addition of a standard passenger airbag to the one already in place for the driver. And as much as we like the new instrument panel, we'd still like to see an oil pressure and volt readout among the LSS's large clear analog gauges. The LSS's leather-covered bucket seats are quite comfortable and have power adjustments via these new seat-shaped controls, which combine with the standard tilt wheel for a multitude of near-perfect driving positions. The LSS air conditioning system has large, easy-to-use rotary controls with a separate temperature setting for the front seat passenger and redundant temperature and blower controls on the steering wheel. The Delco ETR stereo system with cassette sounded great and also has extra controls on the other side of the steering wheel. 2 levels of storage are provided by the impressive center console. Plus, there's also a full-size glove box and not 1 but 2 auxiliary power outlets. Full size certainly describes the rear seat, but it could use more upper back support. The large armrest provides more storage and houses 2 cup holders in the most original form we've seen, but we miss a pass-through to the 17.5 cubic foot trunk. But with all its sporty accomplishments, LSS Highway Ride is smooth and whisper quiet with a 63 decibel sound reading. EPA economy ratings are 19 city and 28 highway. Our real-world driving returned 23 miles per gallon. LSS owners can feel good about its real-world safety, too, with standard dual airbags, anti-lock brakes, and 5-mile-per-hour bumpers. The optional traction control is a quite reasonable $175. And the total price for this safe, sporty sedan? $22,420. Add traction control and the sticker goes to only $22,595. We think that's a steal, considering the number of other luxury sports sedans that go for many thousands more. Our staff was universal in its praise of the '88 LSS. Our fathers would hate this Oldsmobile, but we loved it. Philosophically and financially speaking, that's the kind of response Oldsmobile needs to propel it into its second century. We don't usually get too psychological in our approach to cars here at Motorweek,